welcome. Thank you so much for your kind love and patience for staying here and listen what I is in my mind or what I getting from a divine. Sometimes I'm not sure, but thank you so much for have this beautiful, loving patient towards to me for listening my accent and really tune into what I try to say. Even sometimes it didn't make sense too many. So I invite, they're already here because actually as soon as your thoughts there, it's there. So whatever you're thinking is there, and my thoughts are inviting the divine, and that's why I say it's always, the divine is always with you. That's period. Hello. And all the master healers, teachers, angels, archangels, all the ancestors, all, it's just spontaneously always appearing from nowhere because our thoughts, and that's how beautiful is this. And so thank you so much for you being here with your beautiful divine guide, and your angels guide you and make you stop. And for me, I really appreciate it for giving this opportunity for practice because this whole life is a lesson, is practice, so I have to have courage, we have to have strength, and we have to have love. Love. That, we have love, everything else is coming harmoniously because really love is our courage, our strength, our faith. Everything is love. And that's it. Love. So I might just turn a video here, but something came to me because we all, everybody going through a lessons every moment. Even sometimes we didn't think the moment is we're just not aware that deep to see for every moment is. And so I don't want anybody to take it personally if I say something and it's happening into your life and take it in a wrong way. But that's why I was always saying we need to look at everything in a bigger view. And things happening with me too, and around beautiful people, casual friends or most people I see, everybody come to your life for a certain lessons, and somebody stay longer because whatever reason, and someone move quickly, so like when something happen in your house and somebody have to come and fix it, and sometimes you have a great conversation and sometimes it's just quiet, you just sit in a room, wait for a service, a technician finish a job and then leave, and then or whatever other things have to have a delivery, and you just happen to be outside when the delivery came and you have a couple of words. Everything is actually a lessons, for being patient, for actually, it's not for lessons, it's like radiate out your love. So whenever, whoever you come, you need to be harmonious with them. So don't, because I really, that's how I look at most people who come here to work, and especially if coming to later in the day, I'm not the first person. But then also it didn't really make a difference because the person could have not a pleasant night's sleep, whatever reason, and so that I have a pleasant morning to start. And sometimes, maybe they come later and then was have a unpleasant customer or client. They could be not that uplifting mood. So is everything, every moment we need to see. And like I was trying to organize and making things because everybody things happening our life and like my life too, and that's why I say I don't want to be personal. I don't want if somebody see this video who's a friend or a family and just be upset and saying, oh, you're talking about me and thing. And actually, we are like we are all everybody, since somebody watching the other video. It happened to me a long time ago. Somebody said something, wow, I say, oh my god, this is like me. Actually the funny things happened a couple of months ago with my son. We went out to walk a little bit and then have a beautiful neighborhood around us. And he was saying some kind of story about for being in school with that other student. And then he was not complaining, he was just like, he see a way also, he's not only seeing everything in line, he see because for what he's studying for in school. So that's the things. When you study something and you professional have something, you don't see it in line. You more see it in a whole picture. You see it of it. So for me, like we came to earth, living this life. I see the whole life in spiritual way because we are a spiritual being, because everything is teaching here. And even with the real estate or whatever is that, I only see a spiritual teaching. It didn't matter is a car problem or a house problem or somebody family or have a problem or somebody need have a problem. I exactly see what is that, and it's very, and that's why my throat is kind of closed, or I don't know what. No, it's not closed actually, because I'm triggering a lot of people. So, and I'm talking, and now I need to be a little bit more because I'm getting a little bit passionate, and my tone of voice just, could trigger somebody for close everything, all the doors and all the windows, and then just don't want to see anything in any other way, just that way, because that feel it for I'm representing something different what they're not used to, and yes, I understand this, and that's why I don't able to really mad at. I always say I understand. I mean I have beautiful people around me, and they're gonna hang. I told you this for this lady. Oh, I'm gonna be your best friend, and I never heard. But actually, I told her. I said, "Don't worry about. We get together when we get together." You see the lie? Oh, thank you so much. We get together when we get together. You have a big family, your kids is in school, or the other one, have a lot of grandkids. You are very involved with the family. My life is different. My whole life, my life was so not close or similar, really. I never had big family. I always lonely wolf. Now, I got something yesterday, and now I'm very happy to say, because I got beautiful clarity and understanding for how beautiful. Because when the first time I hear this, that told me a couple of years ago, a few years ago, I able to say it out loud before not, and I was scared too. I was very Yes, but not anymore. Not anymore. But that's other video. So anyway, we're going back because you see again, I'm going to the whole field. Because I'm seeing my life too, and that's, you know, because we are all connected. Because that's a beautiful thing, because we are all connected. So that's why I able to see whatever is that, because we all connected for everything, to every single stone, because they're all that have a spirit, but somebody can be a stone because whatever reason, you know. I know a lot of people are so interested for what is this karma, but it's so deep, and we need to understand a little bit for this human life. I mean, actually, maybe easier sometimes for if we getting into our uh, translation when we leave this human body and when we going and then when we come back, you know. But maybe right now for we getting some more peace and harmony in our life, and we understand when things happening around actually externally is showing for what we need to work in internally, you know. So like if somebody have a car trouble, and I talked about this, you know, um, you need to go and look at what direction you're going, why you need to stop. You have a flat tire. It's happened for some reason, because you really need to discover what's going around you, you know. And it might seem like everything okay, but that's when you go in and meditate, because that's when gonna surface, and then you see. Because sometimes little things could hold us back because we didn't look at with the right lenses, you know. Some people, have some difficulty, and then I need to move, and things, but that's, and then yes, and other people supporting too, even the families, because just love them and want to see that person happy and want to see everything. But sometimes it's not really that's a issue for moving. It's something else missing on that person life, because everything is energy exchange, so that's what we need to see for what is we giving. We're giving out energy, but some area we're not receiving back equally, and that creates some kind of blockages. And so that's, I have to write down a lot of things right now, because it's much better for healthier in our whole being when you write down things by your handwriting and not typing on a phone, please. I'm going to have to, I'm not forcing, but I suggest very highly for please get a notebook and get a pen or pencil, whatever comfortable you are to writing with, and you need to write down things. Every day you need to sit down and write down things. It didn't matter what. But you need to write down what is in your, and if you don't want somebody to see it, to hide it, or you're really that nervous because you really have that family, then burn it. But that page or whatever, because I know for some beautiful souls, humans we are, someone really more paranoid than other one. I'm sorry I'm using that word, but someone so worried for, somebody always after me, wanna know what I do or what I do or whatever. But actually we need to, because they're gonna register more and be able to do more clearly. So going back to like, you need to write down things, you need to go in deeper in things, because you don't see, you have a flat tire, going back to the car, and everybody using good, you can have a big engine problem, and then you still don't know what is that. You can have a transmission fail. And what is a transmission in a car? is the life that's not working. The car is not going to move, and this is reflecting inside of you, your life force missing some kind of energy, not receiving something. Many of you might not believe what I'm saying, but I see this happen, and I went through personally. So, and I immediately know I need to make that step. And I want to make those steps for a long time ago, but sometimes it hold me back at things because it's not comfortable for me, because once you know what is that, you just gonna have some kind of the divine feeling, that love, because you have a knowing, and you know when you go, I need to do that, but then you know the other external things around you and people or family or friends or whoever involved with that associate, they're going to be very uncomfortable with that. But actually, that's are things what you need to find a bridge, a harmony. It's like, and so that's what come to me today, because I have to write down things, I have to put things together to my able to explain, because certain people, humans, souls. I don't like to use collective because I don't know. I just we all one, all beautiful souls, all the beautiful lights. Everybody radiate. Someone just need a little bit more illumination. I have to tilt my mirror for they didn't scare them. But they see a little bit their light, because sometimes that's what's happened for, because we are all mirroring everybody else, and sometimes my mirror just go right front of and just blind them, and they just, wow, back up. And I say, okay, I need to move my mirror just little slowly for move that see the light for how beautiful and perfect everybody is, So going back so I was writing, and I look at auto, and so when I write is the opposite of how I'm sitting right now. And that's when everything, the divine just bless me. Because that's when you start writing down, you start going inward. You start anchoring with yourself, how you feel and how you want to feel. And you see your visions and not somebody else's desire. I mean, the only desire you're going to see is a divine desire, but is 100% aligned with yourself. That's why Buddha and Jesus and Yogananda, that's all these beautiful masters came and showed us and talked about. So I was sitting on my chair, and I love that chair, and actually my son picked it out, even I was not really into protocol. I think he was with me. Or maybe his grandma, she's beautiful. She's now other side the rainbow. Anyway, I know I didn't pick them out. I know that. Because it was not really what my style or something, But that's why I think them is maybe my son or she, and she was have a little bit mental difficulties in later on life, before she made her transmission to the beautiful light, or she is. She was a beautiful light. Anyway, and this chair is like turn around. So you sit on and you don't need to move a chair. You just turn and you this way or that way or whatever way you feel like, And so I was sitting there and I was writing, because I have some circumstances and I try to make it clear because nobody understand me on that area. Yeah, they don't see my visions, you know. And I say, I look out, and that time was my left side of clouds and it's dark. And the other side, I look to my right and was sunny, but they're raining and rainbow. A rainbow actually is like, but because I can see how is it, and actually I take my time to, anyway. So I say, wow, you see, everything. It's not a matter how dark is. There is a sunshine because you can see it. And then there is a rainbow. That's a harmony. That's a love, for going to from this part to the other part. So I say, I need to find. And I say, divine going to guide me because that's I always my goal for make everything harmonious and not create entanglement more. I mean, some beautiful being on earth have so much entanglement, and I'm so blessed because I don't have that much entanglement, and that's what most people I think they feel, but they don't know what is that, or something. I don't know. Because my friend always said, I don't know why, I was just drawn to you and I want to meet you. And we're just a casual friend. We don't spend too much time together, but when we spend time together, it was so beautiful because the divine is there. Oh, it's just so meaningful. It was so meaningful always, and it's just beautiful, really. So anyway, going back, I say, and then, of course, but I say, I need to, what I'm always talking and what I'm always doing too, I need to always try not to step in the other person's shoes or put on their other lens for how I can make a bigger view, because, with if how I say this, like, in Japan, when something broke, they use gold to fix it, and that's just gonna be more beautiful. So that's how I look at life. I need to use love to fix it, and not arguing, and not separation, and not fighting. I say I might need to be patient for a long time, but I know in the end it's gonna come together in harmony and benefit for everybody, not just me or not just them, everybody going to have. Because when you have harmony, it's much easier to build your future, even you're not going in the same path. But we never meant to everybody going on the same path. That's all the things. And you see, we going back to the a tree. What I told for how you can see the dimension, there is no time and space. But then also look at the tree, there is a big trunk, and then have a bigger branches and have a smaller branches. And then, you climbing up. I mean, same thing when you build the business. It was like so, you have to make a solid foundation, a trunk for your business, and then you start going up, and then branches coming, opportunities start growing out, and then you start looking, and some opportunities are gonna be really big, and then that's gonna, but then the branch is not going straight, and then other little branches start coming out here and there, unexpectedly. Some branches gonna broke off because some have a reason, a storm came or something, and sometimes but then, I need to, so much coming down, so much. And then you're going up on that branch, and then you sometimes you're stuck, and you just see these branches and the leaves and everything. And that's why you need to be so clear. And that's why, some beautiful souls around me telling me, you're so black and white. But that's why we need to black and white, because then you're able to make your decision. You're able to align, not your decision actually. You align because you see what is a harmonious and what is not harmonious, and which road you're going to take, which branch you're gonna go on. You're gonna go on a branch that is harmonious. You don't wanna go on a branch that is full of with all these kind of things and just have to clean up because they're just too much and you cannot see through it. So that's why, like trimming of trees, that's why they're trimming of trees, because they could not grow, especially like, with the fruit trees. You have to really maintain. Just saw the yellow, okay. You see, I mean, that's why you need to trim a tree. So have a beautiful fruits on it. And you say it's not just for on a business, in your family too, in your children. And I told in another video, you don't cut down a tree because the apple is not wrong, or a pear, or whatever, passion fruit, or whatever on that tree. It's just need to trim it a little bit. But with love, with being harmony, you need to find. And I'm so blessed because I always tell people that's how it is. And my son knows that because and I feel I have to went over for that kind of guilt I was have. I didn't have this kind of opportunity with my other boys. I was just so overwhelmed and so pressed down with many things that I don't have those opportunity for able to do what I love to do. And when you don't able to do what you love to do, you're going to suffer a lot, and you don't able to, you just go total inward and you just close everything, and so many people living like that. Or actually, that's actually being an answer if you're able to go and then you see, because then come everything to you, and little by little you're able to open little doors and see, okay, which one I can go out safely. Or you open a windows first, you look out. And that's I did with my son. When he was young, I opened every window. I don't force them to go out on a door, I want to see what are there, and then he make a decision. He want to change that window into the door. Or I don't know how I explain that, but that's going back to the tree, So you're climbing up, you're building your business, you're building your family. But then you have to have a clarity. You always need, and that's why you need to write down things, because when you write down things, you see a clarity on it. You see a clarity. I don't want to be against, because we need technology, but you need to write. You need to have your own hand, because that's how you're gonna be in harmony. Using the electric device, but you need to put it down, because there always notification and is always disturb your signals what you're receiving. You cannot receive things. This is so important. I could go on here for forever to explain. It's so beautiful, because when I met any teaching for this beautiful enlightenment being, and I just see this big beautiful, you just see these flashes and there's no light, but that's the beautiful light beings here with me. I mean, I don't know you see it or not, maybe it's happening in front of me and that's why I see it. But one time one teacher said for Buddha give 84,000 teaching or something, and we only do this short time because we cannot. But for me, I could sit over there all day, 24. That's how I feel. I was so, literally, I was kind of disappointed for, oh, that was so short, only 45 minutes. Or and then want to stay for meditation, because that's I want to just sit over there and just sit there. And it's strange because I never fantasize that way, for not teaching or something. I just want to sit with that beautiful energy. I just somehow something I feel around me that's the things you cannot explain certain things. And that's why people write so many books, or the apostles, or all these beautiful like a Bible. Even I didn't read the Bible, but now I start doing something different. Actually, I got something. Oh, yeah, I have to show you this, because this is for my grandma. And that's the only Bible I have, and this is not English, and it's very, very old, and it's like 1800s or something. I don't know where she got it, and have all the basic praying in there, and I know that because I know the basic praying, because I read them a couple of times, earlier when I came to United States, because is this with me? Or somehow it was always with me. She gave it to me when I left Europe, and I moved. I lost a lot of things, so many times I just needed to not escape. I didn't move like because I did something and then just I have to leave everything behind. But that's how I am. I don't have attachment. If I have to move somewhere, okay, I just take what I necessary, and then because if I need something, we manifest. Actually, that's really how everything really works. And if we cannot manifest it, this means our lessons, we need to go inward. And so going back to the tree, so when you don't see anything because of branches and the leaves, and so you need to trim it. And so that's our attachment. And a lot of people, human beings having a hard time for trim. And this sometimes don't need to forever, it's gonna go, but that's why you trim it, because it's gonna grow again, but that needs some time. And then when that grows, it's gonna be new, and then you might able to reconnect, or if that didn't grow, that's you both, we all have a piece, because we don't make it how would say English, because you do that in a harmonious way, in harmonious way. And you see, when that's a gray area when you stuck in a tree. That's earlier I said I'm getting so many things, but then my grandma really came through now, so I think this video gonna be closed because she really stepped in and just wanna cook or something, I don't know. Yeah. Oh wow, she's really here. She's really feeling her love, because she teach me how to cook, and I don't have recipes, but anyway. So that's why it's a gray area when you reach a band, some area when you cannot see. That's a gray area, and that's why you need to sit down and write down things to have a clarity, black and white. And that's when you're gonna see, because where we going, black and white, hello, light, white, we go into the light, we go into harmony, we go into love, peace, joy, because that's what, the divine created everything. Let be light. It was only light. It didn't create any darkness. We create our own darkness because we don't go inward for tune to ourselves. And so I'm gonna leave this right now here because I don't wanna. I always make a long video, and I don't know how fast. I don't watch back my videos, and I'm not sure when I'm posting out or not posting out because sometimes oh it's just a practice because they want me practice because my throat and the light and so I don't know, but one thing I know, I really love everyone. And I know it's very difficult for some people to see and understand how is possible. But that's the only one thing is possible. That's the only one thing is here. Always. Is always. The divine, no matter what you think, you religion, you believe, that one God, that only one, that's what say, love, 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 that, and light, then there is no other. So I am really, really grateful, and I really thank you for you listening me, and hopefully, you know, able to understand some part or yeah, I trust the divine. Everything is on divine timing. So whenever is going to happen, is going to happen because everything is under happening with divine guide, with love, love, love. So thank you so much, beautiful beings. Thank you.